In this video, MJF recently shot on Mercedes Moné. I think you need to hear what he had to say, so I'm going to give it to you straight. Regardless of your feelings towards Mercedes Moné, whether you're a fan or not, she is one of the highest paid performers in all elite wrestling. She is, in fact, supposedly the highest paid female wrestler in the history of the sport. And MJF? He is also one of AEW's most paid stars, if not the highest paid. Regardless of your opinion regarding his booking philosophy, which I disagree with, even though I do regard myself as an AEW fan and have purchased tickets to 2 of their shows, 2 of which were during their visit to Tulsa earlier this year, I regard Tony Khan as a man who is prepared to put money into his own promotion and is prepared to give performers what he believes they are due or merited. MJF has received hefty compensation. When MJF talked about Mercedes Moné, he once again sparked curiosity and got people talking. Conversely, Moné makes people want to talk. I have been a big fan of Moné for a long time now, especially since she broke free from the WWE. She struck out on her own, and she's accomplished a great deal. And as we prepare for All In, it goes without saying that MJF is defending the international title, also known as the American title, in his opinion, against Will Ospreay in a thrilling rematch from a few weeks ago on Dynamite. Conversely, Mercedes Moné wasted no time in securing a prominent position with Britt Baker. Moné will face Britt Baker at All In to defend the TBS Championship, 2 of the card's important matches. I know that the main event is Swerve Strickland defending the world title against Bryan Danielson, but the real main event, in my opinion, is MJF versus Will Ospreay, and because they've done a great job hyping it up, Moné versus Baker is probably second or third most in terms of fan interest and buzz going into this program. The UK recently hosted MJF. He produced a great deal of media, notably Wrestle Talk. He was plenty of catchy sound bites. He discussed winning the 2024 bidding war. He stated that he thought Adam Cole was dead and that there was no reason to return to the program because he had kicked him in the nuts and he wasn't foolish enough to take on the Undisputed Kingdom, which is 7 other people. He discussed his belief that he and CM Punk might have worked another match if Punk had stayed in the company, which would have been the case in any scenario. He talked about his financial situation. He also discussed Mercedes Moné. And in this video, I want to discuss just that. He had this to say about Moné in an interview with Wrestle Talk. He declared, "She seems like a huge find. She has undoubtedly added a certain amount of star power to our event, and I believe that she had a significant role in sparking the women's revolution in WWE. She strikes me as a really intriguing character, too." Close quotation. And he's entirely correct. She is really worth it. Is she really as huge as many of us, including myself, anticipated? Was she and still is she a phenomenon when it comes to provoking conversation, fan contact, and a response? She is, indeed. Has she made a significant impact on AEW? The crucial query, the proverbial elephant in the room, is, has she made a significant impact for AEW? No. Furthermore, neither Will Ospreay nor Okada nor Adam Copeland have accomplished it. You can scroll through the list to see other names that have genuinely made a difference for AEW. You must visit CM Punk. When it comes to someone who has been a cornerstone of the campaign and has been involved since its inception in 2019, someone who consistently makes a difference in terms of ticket sales, television viewership, social media engagement, or engagement that is currently occurring consistently, week in and week out, that person is none other than MJF. For this reason, it was among the largest acquisitions in AEW history, if not the biggest. Not the MJF, not the first signing, not the unidentified MJF, not the person who broke through and became well known in MLW. I'm referring to MJF in the 2021, the guy with the Wardlow program, the guy who had a spat with CM Punk, the guy who had a feud with Cody Rhodes. MJF and beyond in 2021 is a superstar. He is really famous. The biggest name in AEW is him. Furthermore, I believe he doesn't receive nearly enough recognition for his accomplishments, and I believe he still does that for AEW. Yes, Moné has a name from the WWE. Yes, she quit the promotion and strolled out with Naomi, stepping outside the WWE bubble. Naturally, Naomi turned back. Moné attracted a lot of attention from the WWE. Moné attracted a lot of attention from both AEW and New Japan. Of course, she started out in New Japan, did her thing, and was really successful there, but she continued to make fast, small agreements that, in my opinion, ultimately really benefited her. I'm not sure if she could have established the same level of global recognition if she hadn't attended AEW directly, correct? I believe that she would be the spark that the women's division needed when she arrived at AEW, having worked in Stardom, New Japan, and New Japan still. I had no idea that it was bringing back Britt Baker, that Toni Storm was still rising, and that Mariah May had made a huge difference. Since Mariah May established her reputation in Japan and abroad and is obviously active in other countries, I believe she is one of AEW's biggest breakout talents. But you have to at least give Moné credit for what she's done, right? Because she was a little too pigeonholed when she first arrived. Furthermore, I've been harshly critical of Tony Khan for scheduling Moné. He brought her in months after supposedly signing her when she originally appeared. He brought her in to do ridiculous promos that I and everyone else found offensive. Moné is really high on me, right? Additionally, I didn't appreciate that she was making strange promos that had no audience connection and looked like WWE commercials. I took issue with the fact that they failed to declare categorically that she was not prepared to wrestle. Is that the reason she isn't wrestling? Sort of opaque, really. I was disappointed when they chose Willow Nightingale above us, depriving us of a memorable rivalry. Forbidden Door handled it well. It was evident that she wrestled Stephanie Vaquer, and it went well. Ultimately, though, MJF and Moné are two names that have had an influence on AEW. These are the names that will help AEW become more well-known and continue to attract viewers, curiosity, and admirers. Both of these names are ones that AEW can always grow on, and both of them have a very promising future. In this video, MJF recently shot on Mercedes Moné. I think you need to hear what he had to say, so I'm going to give it to you straight. Regardless of your feelings towards Mercedes Moné, whether you're a fan or not, she is one of the highest paid performers in all Elite Wrestling.